Hey y'all, it's Celine. Welcome to Natural Living Homesteader. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you have been hanging out with me for a while, I am so glad you're with me. Thank you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Today, I'm just going to show you real quick. This is going to be a fast video. I am going to show you how I preserve cilantro for all year long. I grow cilantro, but I never grow enough cilantro to get me through the year, ever. I never have. Basil and cilantro are my two favorite herbs to grow and to use in the kitchen. I mean, I do a lot of them, oregano and thyme and rosemary, and you know, there's tarragon. There's a lot of herbs that I grow, but my two favorite are basil and cilantro. I have probably at least a half a gallon or maybe even 3/4 of a gallon of dried basil from my garden. So I have plenty of basil, but I do not and never do have enough cilantro. That's probably my all-time favorite. I use that a lot. So yesterday I bought I think I bought 11 bunches. They're small bunches this time. They're not nearly the size they normally are for some reason. Isn't that kind of the way it's going? Let me move you a little bit closer. Anyway, things are downsizing and going up. So the price didn't change, but the size did. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash this, cut the stems off. I am not going to worry about cutting too close. I'll cut right underneath the little band here because I'm going to freeze dry these, and these stems they'll just crumble and flake and become nothingness. So I don't mind the stems at all when they're freeze dried. And so anyway, I'm going to wash these, get them all trimmed up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got all the cilantro done, and let's let you see it there. I have it on my table, on my island, on a towel, just kind of dry. And I'm not sure that's enough for I'm sure it's not actually enough for a full freeze dryer load. So this is what I'm going to do. I also bought 5 bunches of celery yesterday. I am not overly fond of the texture of celery freeze dried or dehydrated. It's too spongy when it rehydrates freeze dried, and when it's dehydrated it seems kind of hard and like it doesn't rehydrate 100%, shrinks up real teeny tiny, and it's just as hard as a rock. So I mean, it does rehydrate, but it doesn't seem to rehydrate the way I want it to. But I'm still going to freeze dry some. Sometimes I go ahead and throw it in my Vitamix and powder it, and use celery powder. Okay? And I sometimes use freeze-dried or dehydrated celery, but it's not my favorite. But what is my favorite is, and here I'll show you, the celery leaves. In the store, it's called celery flakes, and I have used them all my life in cooking, but you can't find them anymore. It's been 2 years since I found celery flakes in the store, so I've been making my own. So in order to make a full load, I am just going to pull all the leaves off of the 5 bunches of celery that I bought, and I am going to do them right along with the cilantro because they will freeze dry at about the same pace because they're all leaves. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick it all off, wash it up, do the same thing as I did with the cilantro. We'll get it on trays, and then I'll show you what that looks like. I will say that cilantro, the first time I freeze dried cilantro, it clogged up my vacuum pump on my freeze dryer, and even after I cleaned the oil and changed the oil, there was still all this dark debris in there that I had never had before or since. And so it had to be the pump had to be taken apart and cleaned and put back together before I could use it again, and all that oil had to go. Not that it's a lot of oil, but anyway, so I have gotten to where I put them in mesh vegetable produce bags, and I've never had a problem since. That's the only thing I've ever really had to do that with. But for some reason, they're just so, once they dry, they're just so delicate that once that vacuum pump turns off and you open that door and it creates that, you know, and it just sucks it right into the pump. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so here we are. I'm going to hold this up to the mic. So you can hear how nice and dry those are. These are the celery tops. And then I have all of the trays of cilantro. And let me dump one of those out. I'm making a mess here. But here's that beautiful cilantro. And you can hear that. It's fabulous. Oh, it smells just like fresh cilantro. It'll taste just like fresh cilantro. It only does that with freeze drying. It does not do that with dehydrating at all. So that's why I do it. But anyway, I've got to get this all jarred up. But I wanted to show you, because I don't put this in Mylar bags because I'm going to use this quick enough. This is not going to be any kind of a 2 or 3 years down the road. I'm going to use this before next season. So, and probably have to do some more. So I'm just going to put it in jars and not waste bags, but there it is. Freeze-dried celery tops, freeze-dried cilantro. It's a wonderful thing. Thanks for watching, y'all. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet. And hit the like button. And I will talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.